I was talking with Spetsnaz yesterday, and we were talking about our past and friends and how we used to date, what we were and weren't attracted to. And I was conveying to him how, unlike my friends who used to like prostitutes and hookers, I was completely neutral on them. I didn't feel attracted at all. It's not so much a disgust that it was the fakeness that I didn't like, the unreality. Now, many of you may kind of say that, yeah, normal relationships are transactional as well. What's the difference? For good or ill, for myself, I can't look past the overt fakeness, the bad acting, not even trying, the disingenuousness of it all. As I've mentioned from time to time, there's a lot of fakeness and those kind of things that I don't really respect, and they grate at me with general pedestrian human interactions and romantic ones. But escorts and prostitutes more closely resemble a car salesman wanting to say, do anything and smile just to get your business, just to try and get something out of you. It's very, very overt to me. And as such, I always had an attitude of, yeah, no thanks. There's nothing in it for me. Similarly with strippers, which was even worse to me, they stand up there and they tease you and you can't even touch or do anything, and men throw money at it. I just don't get it. Really, I don't. Never have. You know what my Achilles heel with women was when I met them? Where I finally kind of think, well, I like this person enough to date them, to see long-term potential with them. This is after you get past the quick biological gatekeeper of, she looks attractive. My Achilles was always nervousness with a woman. And I was conveying this to Spetsnaz. And I said, I don't get it. I don't think it's a vulnerability, but there's a nervous aspect to a woman I always found disarming. And Spetsnaz quite rightly said, it's because it's honest, that feeling. And I kind of said, you know what, you're right. How often do you think someone can consciously pretend to be nervous as a tactic? Sure, you might say a woman can put on a certain dress to portray herself a certain way, or be silent and withhold things, not to convey something she's not ready for. But what women would really get together and say, you know what works on men? Being nervous. For some reason, when I look back on it, the thing that disarmed me a little bit was nervousness. And I think underneath the nervousness was that what it signified was some sort of honesty. It wasn't really something that someone could readily fake. You can be quiet, you can be shy, you can be mute, you can be apprehensive, sure. But when you feel a nervousness with somebody, there's something real about that. That's part of their character that you can see. Finally, I can see something about that particular individual. It makes you believe in some sort of authenticity regarding that person, which is really rare today. Rare today in a world of curated Instagram feeds, of people with perfect smiles in their dating apps, amazing lives in their social media feeds. That seemingly honest vulnerability of nervousness that you might see in somebody, it's refreshing compared to this fake curated world of people who don't even know themselves, who are nervous but portray fake confidence. I think that's the thing that really disarmed me. Like there's something real, or my perception of something real anyway. But it can be dangerous to be completely disarmed by that. A nervous person initially may belie an avoidant personality afterwards. That nervousness initially may be genuine, sure, but when they get comfortable with you and no longer nervous, then you could actually see things that aren't for you, like anger, temper, selfishness, lack of empathy, a cruel nature. When you really see someone's character as being nervous and it's not really an act, you say, oh, finally, I can see the individual. And it's quite refreshing to see that. And as a result, it disarms you a little bit. And it's great to get to know someone, but just be careful about that. I know that's always been my Achilles heel, because I'm not one for fakeness and acting and all those things, because I think so much of our problems are us hiding from ourselves, other people hiding from themselves, portraying fake personas to us, we doing the same. And in the end, it just causes confusion, waste of time, us creating narratives that are fake. and us avoiding ourselves, while we try to relate with other people avoiding themselves too. We perceive the nervous person as refreshingly different to the Instagram bimbo, the life coach, where everyone on their social media feeds is confident and have it together, and you feel nervous by comparison or lesser than by comparison. So when you see someone honestly portraying, I don't think I'm that great, I'm nervous around you, I'm insecure, there's something a little bit real about that compared to all the BS we see. You think, finally something real. And that might not be necessarily a bad thing, to perceive the insecurity and nervousness of somebody initially. That may be a good thing, but just be careful about what it may hide after the honeymoon period ends, after you get to know the person and after they no longer are nervous around you and can open up. Pay attention to the personalities that come out afterwards, because a lot of guys get locked into the initial impression of that nervous, meek, fragile, insecure girl. They get locked into that, and it's very hard to change a man's mind. Let me know if you've experienced this as well, gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts below. Keep those comments coming. You guys are really coming up with some great analysis based on what we're talking about here. Remember to subscribe. Do me a favor, hit the bell icon and select all. It helps YouTube share my videos around properly. Share my videos around on your social media feeds if you can. That helps me out too. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video, thumbs down if you didn't. Comment below this video, and if you feel like saying thank you, there are donation options below. Thanks to all you guys who have donated recently. It really means a lot to me. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.